I want to look at some teams and kind of go over who you think will be hurt and helped by this new format, where we have the 8 remaining regular season games, a possible play-in game, and then the seeding by winning percentage. So first, I mean, let's go to the Bucks. Are they helped or hurt by this new format?
I think status quo. I think they're a team that, as far as the way they play, that's the way they've been playing for the last 2 years. So they're not going to get rusty there. I think they're young enough where you don't have to worry about old players, old bodies kind of restarting and resetting. And I think most importantly, they're a team that was dominant at home and on the road. So while home court advantage, we're all going to miss it. I don't feel like the Bucks are really going to miss it in the way that some other good teams are great at home and merely decent on the road.
All right, I'm gonna keep this moving along, and I'm gonna go to you, Perk, with the Clippers. Do you feel like the layoff and then the format is going to help or hurt them?
It's going to help the Clippers. When you talk about the Clippers and for us, Kawhi Jordan dealing with load management, he get a chance to get some. He had a chance to get some much needed rest. And then their Batman and Paul George, who's been battling with injuries all this season, didn't have a chance to have a full training camp, been in and out of the lineup. So with Paul George getting healthy, and now they have a chance to actually have a training camp where they added a whole lot of extra pieces with Reggie Jackson and the Morris twins. So now they get a chance.
One of the Morrises.
Yeah,
they got Marcus.
So they get a chance to actually build a chemistry and training camp and know their roles and no rotation. So I think it helped them during this pandemic.
Yeah, what about the Pacers?
Oh, the Pacers. I think the Pacers now, remember, Jeremy Lamb out for the year. So obviously that's a big blow for them. But Victor Oladipo, here's what you got to remember. Yes, he had come back. Yes, he was playing, but he wasn't playing really well. I think everyone remembers the game winner he hit, but he wasn't shooting well. He was still trying to work the rust off and strengthen that knee. Well, now 3 months later, that knee's good as new. That quadricep, I should say, is good as new. And whatever rust he has, everybody else has that rust too. So this kind of leveled the rust playing field. So I think Indiana really benefits from having this time off.
Yeah, I actually had a Pacers game, about a week before the league shut down, and I was talking to him about just mentally how he was going through it, having to deal with the pace of the game, because really we were in sort of the home stretch where everyone was at their peak, and that was taking a toll on him, not being able to keep up with guys. And so, to your point, everyone's going to be rusty, and now he's going to be way more healthy than he was back then. Perk, how about the Blazers?
Ooh, it helps the Blazers. Again, when we're talking about health, we're talking CJ McCollum was battling with injuries. Dame Dollar was battling with injuries. Now they get a chance to get Zach Collins back. They big man Nurkic. Now everyone has to accept their role, right? Because for the simple fact that now you could go through training camp and maybe Coach Stott say, hey, Whiteside and Nurkic, y'all got to battle out for the starting spot. Best man win the job, which I think that's Nurkic because he fits well with that system. And then you have Carmelo Anthony, who's able to come in and have a training camp, a 3-week training camp with those guys and figure out his role. So, just getting Zach Collins and getting healthy, I think that helps the Trailblazers.
I would argue it helps them more than any team in the NBA.
Oh.
They're the most,
and they will be a scary, scary first-round matchup for any team at the top if they get into the playoffs. How about the Heat? Are you on Heat Island, Amin?
Yeah, it's not like it used to be, but it was still there. I'm still a citizen. I think, again, Andre Iguodala is a guy who was off for the whole year and then came back and was kind of up and down. And people say, oh, he's not good. I mean, a lot of that is rust, and he's an older player. It takes some time to shake that rust off. If you bring everybody's rust level to the same level, you're looking at a guy now in Andre Iguodala who can get himself back, into shape, not only game shape, but also, mentally into game shape. And I think the same could be said again. They dealt with knick-knack injuries themselves all year long. All that stuff is cleared up now. I think it helps the Heat a little bit, not as much as the Blazers, though, or the Pacers.
Let's finish up, Perk, with LeBron James and the Lakers. How has this layoff and then this format going to impact them?
We're talking about the oldest team in the league. Of course it helped them. Much needed rest. We see what happened when Bron didn't make the playoffs and he had so much rest. He came back and had one of his best seasons of his career, joining the 2010 club. And then you're looking at AD right now, who's battling shoulder injuries and all type of nicks and bruises. He's going to be healthy. Look, this team is a veteran team. They needed rest. Danny Green, them going to come back fired up after making a long finals run. Amin, don't try to interrupt me. I think the Lakers benefit the most from this. Yes, they do. JaVale McGee, who's been playing all the way up to July for over the last 5 years.
Right.
Howard, hey, it helps the Lakers.
And do they bring on DeMarcus Cousins if the NBA allows an expanded roster? So there's a lot of questions.
Hey, listen, don't say that. Look, those Lakers haters do not want to hear that right now. You giving LeBron more rest? Oh, man, please.
I'm going to just say there's one way it does not help them. There's just one way it does not help them. And that's if they have to play the Blazers in the first round instead of the Grizzlies. That's
you want Blazers Island. That's what I've learned from this.
Look, I don't think there's a team in the league that has been helped as much by this. They're coming with a different team.
I think the Rockets, which we didn't talk about, which we will later next week. I think they can benefit as well from this layoff, because we got to talk about Skinny Harden. We'll get into all that. Skinny Harden. We got Skinny Marc Gasol. We got Skinny Kyle Lowry. We didn't even get into the reigning champs. We don't have enough time. It's just too much to get into with my two dear friends. But we got to wrap it up, guys.